Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a live from a cemetery, so this is a little famous impromptu cemetery live. But I was driving past this cemetery and noticed a couple things that make me think that some vandalism went on. So hopefully okay, I see someone join. I always worry live thing is working, so gonna make our way up to the front here. So those of you that are joining, let's see who we have. Susie. It's kind of bright. I've got the sun this way right in my eye, so if I miss it, just comment again. But let's see, gotta stop and read this. Cinnamon hot. Hey Rosie, hello, welcome everyone. Is driving past this cemetery, Pleasant Valley Cemetery. This is just to give you guys some background as you're coming. This used to be a town all of its own, Wheatland, Oklahoma. Oh, thank you. And it could be considered a ghost town now. It's not that it's an abandoned area. It's a ghost town and that the town doesn't exist anymore. Hey, Joy. It's been absorbed by Oklahoma City. So there's still people living here. You'll still see things like on the railroad track, which I think is this way. As you come into town on the railroad track, it says Wheatland, Oklahoma. Yeah, appreciate it, Carol. Hey, Paul and Grant. No one important here, but I was driving by here and I saw a couple things from the road. This is Council Road. I was driving on Council Road and I'm not sure of the other cross-section road. Maybe that's 44th, 59th, something like that. But as I was going through here, let me just turn it around. You guys don't want to look at me. I don't know why I do that every time. I was looking through here and wondering if there was some vandalism. So something that's this old, let's see what the year on this is, died 1898. It's the daughter of W.B.L.E. Boyer. So I kind of understand when I see something this old and it's like that. Hey, Country Girl and John, nature lover. This is in Wheatland, Oklahoma. But anyways, I understand when I see old markers like this, and this is kind of the old section here. These things get old, they just fall over, stuff like that. But up front, I saw some things driving by. I've never been in this cemetery either, by the way. But I saw some things that made me think that some vandalism has went on. And I thought we could look at it together. Here's one right over here that I did not see from the road. I think I have this on widescreen. Let's see if we can fix this. I don't know what it is. Sorry, bear with me here. When you're on live, the screen does all kinds of weird things. Hey, if I've missed anyone, hey, appreciate you guys tuning in. See some from Louisiana. Yeah, it looks like vandalism right here. I think you're right, Carol. So, let me see here. This is broken. Let me see if I can zoom out. I'm in too close. I don't know what it is about the live on YouTube. It either goes too far too fast or it's like a weird widescreen with this phone. But look at this. This came from somewhere. We got to figure out where. It's clearly broken right here and it was sealed to the base. There's no base right around here that could come from. Maybe I do need to go wide, and if we see something, we'll zoom in. I'm in Wheatland, Oklahoma. It's a busy road, busy area. It's basically Oklahoma City now, but it used to be Wheatland, Oklahoma. It was a town all its own. It could be considered a ghost town in the fact that it's no longer a town of its own. It's been absorbed by Oklahoma City, so it is Oklahoma City. I know you keep hearing me repeat that, but look at this. Okay, here, this has been knocked off and moved. Now these things are so heavy. I don't know if you've ever tried to lift these up and set these. These are heavy. This is so that you don't break it. Probably a good 3-man job, at least a 2-man job, to lift that back up and set it right here. Somebody, I don't know. Okay, so that marker, that headstone right there, probably goes to this one, just judging by how narrow it is. So someone's been in here doing vandalism. You can see there was also a vase there that's now broken. And okay, this was a, you know, like the actor that's from Oklahoma, Chenoweth. I think that's her last name. Could be butchering that. Yeah, this is not from a lawnmower or a tractor or anything like that. But you can see where that's off of the base. If this fell off of the base for whatever reason, which this is level. If you guys look at that, that's level. It's not like it's something where it's leaning because the ground is sinking or anything like that. But if it fell off, that name would probably be facing this way. Maybe it's facing that way, but it's not going to skip across the ground like that. It's not a piece of paper or anything. So like I said, I saw these two things right here. Oh, and it looks like something's broken right over there. But clearly, look at this. Down at the bottom, life's a voyage that's homeward bound. I mean, that's not something, you just don't bury your loved ones or your friends or anything like that and expect for something like this to happen. It's horrible. This would have had a photo in it, whether or not it's been taken or you know, but maybe it was missing long before now. But yeah, that's broken, and that came from the front row. I see something else over here broken. Well, no, that's not one. I think that's just a slant marker. No, here, look here. Yeah. Now something's missing here. Something, and I think it could be this. This base right here, which not only would have had the marker on top right over there. Look at that. That's got some pretty good weight. Sorry if I'm missing your comments or anything. I was just trying to show this because it's very disturbing. I think we'll put this online and tag some news stations here because I haven't seen anything in the news on this. Now, if it's a headstone that's leaning like that, I completely understand. But this is a base that's not leaning. And it looks like this might have happened a while back too, just judging by how the weeds have kind of grown up around, and it's been mowed. You can see that grass there, but no tractor, nothing is going to knock something like that over that far. I just can't figure it out. But that base was on top of this slab right here, this leveled slab. Then this was on top of there. And so were those two little vases on the side. Now here's a marker, here's a base right here. It is leaning a little bit. I think that one goes to it, and look how broken that is. I don't know if you guys have ever priced one of these, but that's not fixable right there. That's not fixable at all. Look at the chunks missing out of this, just on that one side. You can tell this happened a while back. This is not an area that I just travel through a lot, so I haven't noticed this. But yeah, that thing, that's expensive. That right there will need a whole new marker. And look at the date on this. There might not be any more family around anymore. 1865 to something. So that person has passed on. There might not be any more family in this area since this is an old town. And that could be easily be, you know, $1,500 or more to have that replaced. And it may never get replaced. And if this stuff doesn't go back where it is, the people that are located in the ground right here that have their final resting place may be lost forever. Because without those names there, you don't know who's here. And like this one, this is most likely the back side of it. And the names of those that are interred are on the other side. Kind of like this one, how they have the names like this. So I just can't believe this. This is not an abandoned cemetery by any means. In fact, there are newer burials right through here, but a whole bunch of newer burials on that end as I was driving. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. I was saying, sorry. Yeah. I think I pushed a button on my phone on accident as I was switching hands. But the new part of the cemetery is over here where they've sort of expanded and there's new burials. That's a fresh one right over there. I'm trying to just show respect and not show a fresh one. But recent is what I mean by that. That's, gosh, probably within the month. So this is an active cemetery. This is not just someone full-wheel driving through here. I see this is a busy road, but I see no tire marks or anything like that. There were clearly tractor marks where they had to go over here and dig the grave and everything. But if this was a car that went off of the road, it would have taken these other things out before it ever gets to these. And if a car hit it, man, I would think there would be way more damage than this. Like I said, I just don't feel like this is a tractor damage from a brush hog or anything. But look at this. Look at that piece right there. Should go about right there. And it's just gone. It's not repairable because there's other pieces missing. That's an expensive piece there, though. Dang it, I was trying to get a better view for you guys. It is sad. Sorry, I think I pushed a button on you guys. So I'm not sure. Let's see what other, I don't know if it's limited to this part of this cemetery. We saw the older one over there, which when you piece that together with these over here, not that these are new, that other one is much older. It does make you wonder about these others. I mean, this one, get you guys in there close. Someone's been chipping on that. You know, this is not an accidental thing. You can see the little, well, that's loose, but you can see the screwdriver marks right there. Do you guys see that? Hopefully that's coming in clear. Those are screwdriver marks, or like a chisel mark or something like that. So this whole little area here, I don't know if it's like some kids or people coming in the cemetery and they're drunk. I don't know. You know, I see these slant ones. This marker is kind of uplifted just from the tree. You can't help stuff like that. So I don't see any right offhand, at least right in this area. But I really do think this is vandalism. It's been a while since I've been in a cemetery where I've seen that. Every so often you do see that. Now, that's an old one over there. This is shaky. Sorry, this ground is pretty uneven and the grass is about ready to be mowed, but it's so tall I can't see the little indentions in the ground and the little potholes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to hold it as steady as possible. Now this marker, look at this marker. This is got some foliage all the way around it, so you can't even see who is in there. And I think that's honeysuckle, or at least I see some honeysuckle in it. But yeah, you can't see who's there. So I think like these ones like this, I think that's just over time it's broken apart. I think that's all that is. I mean, it's clearly got a top broken off of it, but you know, they died in 1893, so when you see old ones like that, then it's kind of understandable. This is kind of crooked here. So I don't know, that might have got some kind of metal contraption down there, maybe to try to prop it up, and it just kind of fell over. This looks busted, doesn't it? You guys think? I think that's busted, right? It's kind of a weird slant though. I think the majority of the damage though is right up front. I don't see anything and it's what I noticed up front was just a couple of them. And if you've ever done work in a cemetery or and occasionally you'll see ones that are crooked like this just from mowing or something like that over time, or this is actually leaning, the base is, so I can understand how that stuff happens naturally. But it's those other ones up front where there's just no way that's from a brush hog or tractor or anything like that. Okay, there's some, this might have just been a road through the cemetery though. I stepped in that and it dipped right way down. And I don't know if that means that there was a burial here since there was dirt. There's big old ruts in this, so this might have been a road through the cemetery, or they might have just laid someone to rest here. If they are laid to rest here, it's not exactly evened out yet. And it's in the middle of kind of some older ones. And I don't see a marker or anything. No flowers or no funeral home marker. So I don't know. I think I may get off this live pretty soon and take some photos, send it into a news station, and that could be natural. That's the one we were looking at earlier. It's those ones up front where I really don't think those are natural. There are some older ones in here. I've looked into this cemetery before just to see if there was anyone historic or famous, and by that meaning someone big for the state, you know, a U.S. representative, a governor, some sort of inventor or something like that. There's no one big like that, but it doesn't mean that, you know, these are still somebody's loved ones in here. And these could have a road named after it. Wheatland is this way. The bulk of the little old town is that way. So I haven't studied to know, you know, are some of these names, you know, there's a lot of Howards right here. Maybe there's a Howard Street or something. Or one of the old churches that's in town. Maybe one of the pastors is buried out here or something. Well, 1896, that's obviously a newer marker, so maybe they've had problems before with vandalism. That's clearly a newer marker. Wouldn't have had one quite like that in 1896. You sure wouldn't be in that good of shape from then. It would look more weathered, more like how those are. So if I've missed your comment, I've kind of just been looking around to see if I could see any others, and right offhand I don't. This cemetery goes a little ways that way, and I think anybody that has loved ones in here needs to worry about that or find out what's happened, whether it was accidental from the caretakers or not, because you wouldn't want to bury your loved one in here to have that happen a year or two afterwards, and you dealt with the expenses of the funeral and the burial and the headstone and whatever all else you had to deal with. It's already stressful enough when you have to deal with that. You don't want to have to worry about something like this happening where the marker gets broken and then you got to pay for another one. So I don't know. We'll take some photos here and I'll send it in to the news and see what they say. You know, they can watch this live, I guess. I'll keep it up. It's too bad that it broke up like it did, so. But I don't know. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and end this, and I'll take some photos and then send it into a news station and see what we can get done, or at least have some answers on it. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. Don't like seeing that. Don't know these people. I have no family in this cemetery, but if I had a loved one where this had happened, I'd want to know about it. And I think you guys would too. But thanks for joining in, and appreciate you guys watching. Hate to do a live on something like this, but thought it was something worth showing. At least to prove that I didn't do it while I was in here. But we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully this is coming through all right. And if I didn't see your comment, I apologize. I was looking around, and then in the process, the video kind of messed up as I was switching hands. But thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, new video tomorrow, by the way. Won't be a big one, but be interesting. Talk to you guys later.